Gamer, and today I'm gonna make another video exposing Anita Sarkeesian. Yeah, we've seen all these type of videos before, blah blah blah. Same crap, same bullshit, whatever. But this is gonna be completely different because this video is actually exposing Anita Sarkeesian to the bottom of her core. I'm actually going to send this video towards not just the people who are against Anita Sarkeesian, but the people who support Anita Sarkeesian to know who you're really supporting. A fraud. A complete freaking fraud. Anyway, there's a guy who uploaded a video. His name is called Flying Turkeys. I believe that's what his name is. And he uploaded a video showing a video where Anita Sarkeesian was presentation in this classroom back in 2010, where she made a video, Too Many Dicks on the Dance Floor. She made a statement that she says she never she never played many games. She thinks that some games are too violent. Games like Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, she thinks that Lara Croft is way too masculine and there's no feminine traits whatsoever. And then if you compare it to her presentation back in TEDx, she says that she's been a fan in video games for when she was like 5 years old, which is, I find it rather hypocritical right there, because then she would have, I don't know, like, is it one thing or the other? Has she been a fan of video games, or was she really not a fan of video games? I'm going to assume that she really wasn't a fan of video games. She did all this girly stuff. It makes sense. Why need $6,000 to buy all these video games when it takes someone who been playing video games for nearly years and years and years, actually have experience growing up with these video games? It takes them like about 10 freaking minutes to do the exact same thing that Anita Sarkeesian has done in the past year. So, Turkey Wings, or Flying Turkey, whatever, posted another video proclaiming that the video was edited to sound like she was saying something stupid. And I have to say that congratulations, you trolled us by showing that she's a freaking liar. Yeah, that's a, I've been trolled pretty darn good. Troll-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, troll-la-la-la-la. Oh. But if people really want to see the unedited version, I got the version right now. I'm going to show you in about 3, 2, 1.
I'm going to show you a remix that I just finished this weekend and no one else has seen. One person has seen it. It's bordering between Vidding and remix. It was actually inspired by someone who made the exact same video except with the new Star Trek movie. And I was like, oh my god, I love this idea, and I made my own. The reason it's bordering between remix and Vidding is because it has the format of Vidding. It's a soundtrack of one song, except I'm doing video games. So it's not exactly a fandom. I'm not a fan of video games. I actually had to learn a lot about video games in the process of making this. It is very rare to take two very misogynist, sexist things and make them a positive. There's very few instances when that will happen, and I feel like this is one of those instances where I successfully did that.
There's too many dicks on the dance floor!
Too many dicks on the dance floor. Too many dicks on the dance floor.
Too many dicks.
Too many dicks on the dance floor.
Too many dicks.
Too many dicks on the dance floor.
Too many dicks.
Going to the party, sipping on Bacardi. Wanna meet a hottie, but there's Adam, Steve, and Marty. There's Billy, Todd, and Tommy. They're only from the army. The only boobs I see tonight will be made of origami.
Tell the fellas, make it understood. It ain't no good if there's too much wood. Make sure you know before you go. The dance floor rojo ratio 5 to 1 is a rodeo. Tell Steve and Mike it's time to go. Wait outside all night to find 20 dudes in a conga line. Too many dicks on the dance floor. Easy to fix. Too many dicks on the dance floor.
Too many dudes with too many dicks. Too close to my shit. Too hard. hard to meet chicks. I need better odds, more broads, less rods. I came to do battle, skedaddle with the counter bronze.
Too many men, too many boys, too many misters, not enough sisters, too much time on too many hands, not enough ladies, too many mans.
I didn't actually know Flight of the Conchords until I saw the original video. And so I was really excited and thought this was really cool. And then I saw the video with them being serious. And I was like, wow, that's really offensive. To me, the song is positive just because I've only contextualized it in a way to critique male domination in our media. And also video games, like I would love to play video games, but I don't want to go around shooting people and ripping off their heads, and it's just gross. So hence this is my response to that. I really struggled with this because one of the issues that I found in video games is that when there are women present, they're overly sexualized and they act just like the men, right? Like Tomb Raider is a great example of that, where they're very busty and they're just shooting up and being just as violent. There's not any other forms of conflict resolution in most of these games. With Vidding, you're very sort of, I don't want to use the word limited, but you are sort of limited to the lyrics of the song, right? And you're transforming the song and you're changing the meaning of it. But at the same time, I was restricted to what the lyrics that I had here.
Whether or not Anita Sarkeesian is a true gamer doesn't change the fact that Anita Sarkeesian has contradicted herself. Like I said before, back at TEDx, she has proclaimed that she was a gamer at the age of 5. But here in this presentation, she basically said that she wasn't a fan of video games, that video games were way too violent. And I understand that it's been 3 freaking years, 3 years that that this video's been made. But if you really were a gamer, you wouldn't need $6,000 to do tropes versus women in video games. You would only need maybe no money whatsoever. You would know these games at the bottom of your heart. If you needed to look at more video games, instead of buying video games, you could just simply go on YouTube and actually look at walkthroughs or gameplays. People playing like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Doom, Halo, etc. They're all over YouTube. You're gonna find someone playing a Let's Play of pretty much every freaking video game in existence. I also want to point out that Anita Sarkeesian wants more female protagonists. However, she's kind of picky, proclaiming that Tomb Raider was way too masculine for a game. Lara Croft was way too masculine. So I'm going to assume in her next video, where she claims man with boobs, she's going to put Lara Croft in that category. And I have to say that Anita Sarkeesian is way too picky with her characters. I mean, she reminds me of a certain fictional character herself. What's her name? Freaking Goldilocks. She reminds me of freaking Goldilocks from the 3 Little Bears and Goldilocks. Proclaiming, let's see, this porridge is way too hot. This porridge is way too cold. This porridge is just right. Well, think of Anita Sarkeesian as Goldilocks, only except with female characters. She's way too masculine. She's way too feminine. She's way too busty. She has not enough cleavage. She doesn't have enough character development. She has way too much character development. She fell in love with a man. Oh no, she's fell in love with a woman. She's way too independent. She's way too dependent, etc., etc. To my surprise, Anita Sarkeesian has actually responded to the so-called crisis. Take a look here. I mean, it's to my left. Your left, whatever. She's proclaiming that she had a different time, that she was being harassed for playing video games and whatnot. So what was the point of lying there? Why? What was the point? What, you thought the class woman's going to jump at you and say, "Ah, how dare you like video games, woman?" if you did truly like video games, you wouldn't need so many freaking video games to find the so-called stereotypes within the video games. I don't know how many times I have to repeat this over and over again. So this video pretty much just proves that Anita Sarkeesian is a proven fraud, and that's about it. Nothing more, nothing less. So I hope the fans of Anita Sarkeesian, and of course the people who are against Anita Sarkeesian, realize that Anita Sarkeesian is not what she claimed to be. There's a petition going on in the link down below. You can sign this to make sure that Anita Sarkeesian actually takes in the criticism, actually acknowledge our criticism, and who knows, maybe she might actually be able to debate people on Google Hangouts or Skype or whatever. To me, I really do hope that Anita Sarkeesian, takes at least some criticism, has some skin, some backbone, because Anita Sarkeesian just pretty much dismisses any criticism at all towards her. She considers it to be sexist. So I have nothing else to say. If you want to see the original video, which is, by the way, in 3 divided parts, 1, you can click in the link down in the description to each part, and 2, I will be uploading the original videos on her presentations on a different channel. I'm thinking of uploading it on my Atheist Gamer 10 channel, considering that even though I have 1 strike, 1 community strike, 2 verbal abuse strikes, I can afford at least a few community, copyright strikes. So yeah, why not? Sure, I'll do it. So that's all for now. I will have a gaming channel, not a gaming channel, a reviewing channel where I review movies, video games, books, movie trailers, etc. It's gonna be somewhere around here in the link in the description, whatever. I am the Atheist Gamer. Peace, the game out.